Hey students, how are you? I hope that you had a nice day and I hope that you got your work done. I hope that you got outside. It was a beautiful Tuesday. We are at Tuesday. I don't know if you're losing track of the days of the week, but I know that I can lose track when we're not going to school every day in the building. So I want to talk about the science investigation, the alternate assessment that you have to do, the alternative assessment number 2. And this one is where you have to create your own scientific method investigation. You're not going to get a page in the science book where you get to copy the question and then make your own hypothesis and then copy down all the steps that are given to you. What I'm doing is you're getting a scientific investigation and then you have to go back to the steps and all of the pieces that go with that. So you're going to watch the video and then you're going to go from there to fill in all the steps. So what I want to do is I want to show you what that means by doing the first part with you. So what everyone's going to do is I'm going to flip around and I want to just show you, can see me there in a reflection, but I want to show you these two. I picked these in my yard the other day, and these are called Star of Bethlehem flowers, and they are actually from the Mediterranean region of the not of the world, not of the United States, but they've made it to the United States, and they are an invasive species. They were growing in my lawn, and so we pulled them out and we put them in a little cup, little glass, so that we could enjoy them inside. And they close up at night, so once I get these lights off in the kitchen here, they're going to go close up and they'll open again in the morning. So it's pretty neat. I wanted to show them to you. All right, so I'm going to show you this. So you're going to watch the video, the video that's there. It's Erosion Soil.
Hi, I'm Jared. Welcome to Fun Science Demos.
And as we watch, we're going to be trying to figure out what we are going to have to do
has the power to shape our land.
For the steps.
But we don't want the water to shape our land too much because we need that soil to grow plants. We use those plants for food, and animals use those plants for food. So what you see in front of me are 3 different types of land. This first type is just bare soil. It's just soil. This next type has dead leaves on top. And the third type has plants growing in the soil. This may not look too exciting right now, but when it rains, that water has the power to change the land. And we're going to make it rain to see what that water is going to do to our land.
Okay, so I'm pausing him because I want to see if we have enough information about the setup, the introduction, to actually go over to our worksheet. So here's a paper copy of the worksheet. You have a digital copy. So online, what you're going to do is you're going to go onto your Google Classroom. You're going to click on the assignment. It's due Friday. So that means you have the rest of the week today and the rest of the week to get it done. And what I'd like you to do is to type your name, type the date, type the title of the experiment. If I were you, the title would maybe be the title of the YouTube video, Erosion Soil. That would be a great title. Then it says ask a question. What question are you trying to answer by doing this experiment? So you're used to just getting the question handed to you and then we go from there. This is a reverse kind of an activity. You're going to get a gentleman here, his name is Justin, and he is going to do an activity, but he's not just doing an activity to play, he's doing this to figure out the answer to something that he's wondering about. So when I look at this, I say, well, based on what he's doing there, the question that I'm thinking that he would be asking is, when it rains, what type of soil can prevent erosion? It seems like that's what he's trying to do here. So if I were you, I would then type something like that into your document. Now, I just have a notebook here. So if you have your science notebook, you can actually do this while you're watching it. So you don't have to worry about typing and watching at the same time. Just get your notebook and then list all of the steps. The first part is ask a question. So what you'll do is I would just write down ask a question. Sorry for it being sloppy. I'm doing it one-handed there. And then I want you to write down what the question would be. So my question might be, what type of soil can help prevent erosion? And make sure you put a question mark because that is a question. All right, and just take notes and then you can type that in. So I'm kind of, if you're watching this, that means you're getting an answer to the first part of this. So when I'm grading them, I'll be able to kind of see who watched my video. And yes, I'm giving you permission to borrow my answer for the ask a question. What type of soil can help prevent erosion? Now, the next part I'm not going to give to you because that's your hypothesis. If I were you, I would stop right where I stopped and I would say, let me see if I can make a guess based on what I see. So what a prediction about what you think will be the outcome of this experiment. Well, when I look at what he has here, he has soil that looks dry, nothing in it. There's soil with leaves on top, dry leaves, kind of looks like the winter time when you walk around through the yard and there's the leaves just sitting on top of the ground. And then you've got this summery, spring-like scene here where you've got all this grass growing in the soil. So you would just have to think about what you think would happen. He's going to pour the water from this pitcher into each one of these, and he's going to catch the water in those little cups. So you have to kind of write down what you think is going to happen. And like I said before, many times at school, can you be wrong with your hypothesis and still get a good grade on this? Of course, because a hypothesis is just a guess based on what you already know. So you could be wrong, and scientists are often wrong with their hypothesis. That's why they have to do the investigation. Then you're going to come up with the steps. Now, how are you going to get the steps to your experiment? Well, you have to watch the experiment. You have to make sure that you watch him and go through and write down the things that he does in order. The data is what happens when he does those steps. Write those things down and summarize them. Over here, analyze the information, write a chart, graph, drawing, or list. You might want to draw this. Draw a little diagram of what this is so that you can see what's going on with that. All right, and then after that, you're going to report your results. Explain the outcome. Was it correct? Was your hypothesis correct? If it's not, just be honest and tell me, because I want to know that you're reflecting on your work and looking back. And go back to the question that you came up with. So go back to that question from the beginning and see if you were able to answer it and what the answer to it was. And do you need to make any changes and redo the experiment? So what I want you to do, guys, let me flip back to me so we can talk. I want you to be able to create your own scientific method practice sheet. I want you to fill it out without a book. I want you to use the video to find the information that you need, because we've done them in school for 3/4 of the year. So before we went out on the home instruction, because of the virus, we were doing them in school and we were always using our book to get all that information about them. But this time, you're so good at it that I knew that you could take this video, you could watch it, and you could make up your own practice sheet so that you could give this to someone else and then they could go and follow your steps to make this same investigation the exact same way that the gentleman in the video is doing it. Because that's, remember, scientific investigations should be able to be repeated with the same results. All right, guys, so I know you're doing a great job, and I want you to send me your questions if you have questions. I know some of you are very good at doing that, and I appreciate it. Email, classroom, whatever it is. Your parents can send me a dojo. I get to it as much as I can, especially in the mornings, but even throughout the rest of the day, I am responding to you guys. So whatever you need, we're here for you, and that's that. So hopefully we'll be able to see each other soon. If not, we'll just keep doing what we're doing online, and we'll just keep doing our best and persevere through it. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I can really say about it. I think that pretty much explains it. If your parents are helping you with this, have them watch this video too, so that they can hear the instructions from me. Sometimes it's easier to listen to the instructions than to actually read them if it's a little complicated. So I hope this helps. All right, guys, have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you on Classroom. Bye.